All right, so here's a walkthrough of the division problem for you. So again, we have the example using rational numbers over here, and we're dividing those. And then over here, we have the rational expressions we want to divide. If we look over here, the first step they did is instead of dividing by 5/6, they multiplied by 6/5. This is the same idea as when you want to subtract a negative, you add the opposite. Well, when you want to divide by a fraction, you can multiply by its reciprocal. It ends up being the same thing because fractions are basically just division problems, and multiplication and division are inverse operations. So instead of dividing by this fraction, I can multiply by this fraction, and it's going to be the same thing. So really the process for division is just to multiply its reciprocal, and we know how to multiply. So let's go ahead and do our problem here. So we got x minus 2 over x plus 2, and instead of dividing by x plus 5 over x times x plus 2, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of that, which is going to be x times x plus 2 over x plus 5. Remember, with multiplication, we're going to take it and write it as a single fraction with the numerator and denominators being multiplied. And then we can factor apart everything and see if there's anything that's going to cancel. So I'm going to write this as a single fraction and multiply the numerators and denominators. So x minus 2 times x plus 2. And on the bottom, we got x plus 2 times x plus 5. And I want to see if there's anything that can be broken up and factored. So I can't factor them apart, so that's it. And so now I can look for anything that's a common factor in the numerator and denominator and divide it out. So I have an x plus 2 here and an x plus 2 here. So when I divide both the top and the bottom by x plus 2, then I will be left with x minus 2 times x over x plus 5. And that is exactly what they have for their answer here. And they went ahead and distributed the numerator and got that. So either way you write that, that's great. There's your process for dividing rational expressions. So basically you just want to multiply by the reciprocal and then proceed like you do with multiplication. Write it as a single fraction and cancel out any common factors to simplify it.